I got time today to talk about episode 406 of Raising Kanan, the price of fame. And listen, this episode came in heavy. We opened right at Famous's memorial in Lulu's club, and it's not just Kanan grieving. The whole Thomas family shows up. We're talking about Raquel, Lulu, Marvin, and Jukebox. That room is thick with grief and guilt, and you can feel every ounce of it. They even holding the repast there, and that's poetic and messy at the same time. Because whenever the Thomases gather in one space, pain don't stay clean. You just know drama's bubbling under the surface. Lulu is tore up about Famous and Raquel in strategy mode. Any word on what happened? Lulu's like, ain't nobody know nothing. That right there shows the split. Lulu's heart is broken, but Raquel's always about control. Same grief, two different languages. And Lou, he's back in his old ways. He might not be drinking, but he's burning for revenge. Sober Lou with rage. Oh, it's about to get spicy. And then here comes Rock saying Kanan gonna want some get back too. She already knows her son. Pain don't slow him down. It makes him reckless. And sure enough, it's like a roll call. Lou wants revenge. Kanan wants revenge. And Juke jumps in like, I want some get back too. Now wait a goddamn minute. Now everybody writing for Famous? Where was all this when he was alive? That's how grief works, though. It makes everybody rewrite the script. And that's dangerous because guilt mixed with loyalty, that's the quickest way to bodies dropping. And I gotta talk about Mama Thomas because she's still a piece of work. She's going down the line of her kids, basically asking them to end her misery. First Marvin, now Lulu. Lulu tears her straight up. No, I ain't doing that. And it's not that I'm afraid of what it'll do to you. I'm afraid of what it'll do to me. And I have to respect that because imagine the guilt of carrying that on your conscience because your own mama asked you to do it. That's the problem with her. She calls it love, but it's manipulation. She's selfish, spewing venom at her kids, trying to hand them her pain and act like it's care. And honestly, she's a piece of shit for that. Parents are supposed to shield their kids, not scar their deeper. Woo child, and let's talk about Jukebox. We catch glimpses of OG Jukebox in this episode. First, she's home eating cereal, sees Sean memorial card, and her whole face changes. That softness gone. Then she pulls a pistol from under Marvin's couch, and baby, she's serious now. Her aim at target practice on point, tip top. She's steady, focused, and cold. This ain't protection, this is preparation. And I'm wondering, is that the same gun she used back when she had to take out that dude coming for Marvin? If so, that's a full circle symbolism. Either way, this is the rise of OG Jukebox. Even Marvin knows it. When she sneaks back in, he checks her, saying, "Don't be like me. I'm a bad person. I don't want this for you." And I love that. Marvin is hard, but when it comes to jukebox, he's soft. He loves her too much to want her carrying his sins. That scene was one of the most heartfelt in this episode. Kaden, though, he's taking Famous's death extra hard. Woo child, you see it all over him. This was his day one, his brother, and instead of slowing down, he's spiraling. He's meeting with his crew, asking about Famous's killers, puts money on the table for info. But here's the kicker: the money man in his crew, the snake who's been feeding info to Unique, he's the one who slips up. First says they're out of work, then backtracks, then steers Kanan toward the wrong crew. This the same money man who has been watching Kanan, clocking exactly where he keeps his stash. He knows where the money is. That boy is a snake in the grass. He already sent Kanan on a goose chase once, and I'm telling you right now, he's lining him up for something bigger. Every time you see him on screen, just remember he is the weakest link. And sure enough, Kanan and Juke go on recon. Broad daylight, pistols on them, reckless as hell. And they end up on that wild goose chase. Ops on their knees, swearing it wasn't them. Saying Freddy was stealing from them also. Then they drop the bomb. Word on the curb is the cops did Famous dirty. So yeah, Kanan's grief has him sloppy, and his own crew is playing him like a pawn. He thinks he's hunting, but he's really the prey right now. Lulu is the emotional backbone of this episode. We see him at AA saying if he was still drinking, he would have done something he would have regret. That's growth. Later, he stares at a glass of liquor, but instead of drinking, he calls Jess. That's strength. Their goodbye scene, emotional. He gives her back her jewelry. She's heading to LA with her mama in tow, and it feels final. Lulu is losing people left and right. Famous, Jess, his own peace of mind. And it's heartbreaking, but it shows he's trying not to drown. In between, Lulu's still stuck in messy studio business. Rilla brushing him off like he's irrelevant, and Lulu warns him, "Let me leave before I do something I regret." And Rilla looking at him sideways like he's soft, but little does he know, Lulu is a real one. And then we got Armani too, acting jealous over Jess's jewelry. Like, girl, y'all smashed one time. Why you mad though? Lulu love life and music life are just as messy as his street life. And while Lulu is fighting battles in the studio, B Rilla out here making bad plays. First, we see him with his baby mama, broke and struggling, and she presses him for money. Now we catch him linking with his boy Kenyatta, throwing out a plan for some quick cash. And here's the kicker. The target is the company man he signed to under Lulu's label. The same dude that's supposed to be putting him on. And now he's trying to line him up for a lick. And remember, I predicted this in one of my earlier reviews because the company man himself was the one running his mouth, talking about how he keeps some money at his house. Soon as he said that, I knew it was going to circle back. And now here we are. That's desperation at its finest. B Rilla ain't got the patience for the music money. He's broke with a baby. And instead of grinding it out, he's plotting to rob the man financing his career. And in this world, moves like that only end up one way, ugly. Meanwhile, Unique is playing chess. He meets with Russo, laying out his plan. Russo checks him, warns him about Stefano, and throws him a new connect, Akbar. Next thing we know, Unique got soldiers set up in Trenton, New Jersey. He's not just back, he's expanding. Then we see him out in the open. Fresh city clothes, looking like new money. Sitting at the barber shop like the king is back. That's not just swag, that's a declaration. He's saying, I run this again. And to prove it, the episode ends with Unique sitting in Rock's crib, eating her butter pecan ice cream. Disrespect on 100. That's him saying, I can touch you whenever I want. Coldest ending yet. And Rock, she's still moving like it's just business. She's locked in with Stefano and the Arab Connect, celebrating a new plug. But here's what I keep reminding y'all. The feds already got her and Marvin on tape with Stefano. Her attorney told her before Unique killed him, this ain't theory. So while she's smiling and shaking hands, she's already on federal surveillance. She's moving bold like she forgot the real danger is already watching. This episode was packed. Grief, power moves, betrayals, and cold flexes. Lulu fighting his demons. Jukebox turning into OG Jukebox. Kanan spiraling recklessly while his own crew snakes and sets him up. Raquel moving blind to the feds. Mama Thomas still spewing venom. And B Rilla plotting a lick on his own company man. And Unique, he's stepping back into his crown. And that last scene, Unique in Raquel's kitchen with her ice cream. The king is back and war is here. Now, y'all let me know Who y'all think gonna strike first, Raquel or Unique?